Hi everybody, welcome to Mike's Classic Auto World. I'm Mike. We're here again with Hank, who's going to show us this 1960 Crown Imperial Limousine. Let me grab this camera real quick and we will begin the tour.
Right, so this is, just as Mike said, a 1960 Crown Imperial Limousine, and it's always a little confusing because Chrysler used Crown Imperial and Imperial Crown back and forth. If it was part of their regular car lineup, there was a Crown series, right? If it was a limousine, it was a Crown Imperial. So up until 1957, Chrysler manufactured their own limousines at the Jefferson Avenue plant in Detroit. And when they restyled the cars in 1957, they farmed the entire limousine construction out to a company called Ghia in Turin, Italy, which of course isn't very close to Detroit. So what Chrysler did was they shipped basically a crated kit car to Turin to be hand-built and turned into a limousine by the craftsmen at Ghia. Many panels are handmade for this, including the roof, the doors. The entire chassis is hand-built, as is the interior. So these are handcrafted cars, very low production, about triple the cost of a competing Cadillac 75 limousine of the same era. So Chrysler was really after the carriage trade with these cars. And this car, along with a car that was leased for $1 to the White House during the Kennedy administration, has built-in parade lights behind the grille, in case this isn't enough to get cars out of the way. Right? This car was built personally for Nelson Rockefeller, governor of New York. He did not like the limousine that he was given as the governor of New York, so in 1959 he had a special Imperial Ghia built, and then he gifted it, paid for it, gave it to the state, and then assigned it to himself. Really? In 60, he did another one.
That's one way to work the system, isn't it?
Well, yeah, he could do it. Didn't cost the taxpayers a dime.
Yeah.
And in 1960, he built this car, had this car custom built for use in Manhattan only. So this was a car that he used around Manhattan. And it's special because it's the only one that has a huge blind quarter, really a town limousine look, for privacy. So,
since we're on this side, can we open up this side? Yeah. Maybe the back door, see how restricted that view actually is. So it's got a jump seat.
So first, if you notice, the doors open at almost 90 degrees. That's unusual.
Yes.
So that's number one. Number two, if you want to bring your camera around here, there are no exposed seams. Every seam on this is all leaded in. There's 500 pounds of lead in this car to hide seams so that it's a completely smooth and unfettered finish. Same thing over here. Again, absolutely no seams. The sheet metal comes right around and it's completely smooth. That's not the way a car is built.
That's detail.
Yeah. So this is all mostly original, the rear compartment here. That's all steam-fitted Italian wool broadcloth.
Look at that. Love the detail.
For a drum-tight fit. So, yeah, it's unbelievable. And it's in unbelievably good condition. For a 1960 automobile, it would cost the gross national product of a small country to restore this. If you notice on the seat backs, they're actually hand-stitched crowns.
Yes, I see that.
Which are the Imperial insignia, and that's how you can spot one of these, whether it's an original interior or not. So with an embroidered crown on both sides. Those are jump seats.
Is that a clock? What is that in the center there?
Right. Clock by Ghia.
Clock by Ghia.
Right. All as well as the leather assist straps, which are hand sewn.
Yeah.
And
these little grab handles here as well.
Right. Foot rests.
A lot of little detail.
Yeah.
And I see the armrest looks like it flips up back there.
That's correct. There are controls back there to talk to the driver.
Oh, really?
A division window, and if you look at the division window, it's actually now down.
Okay.
You just see the lip of it, but the division window goes all the way up.
You see the lip there, yeah.
correct, so that
And there's a slot for it to slip into.
right, the track.
There's
It's
those
actually
controls
a station
again.
wagon motor, back window motor that they use.
Oh, really? That works the glass?
Yeah. So
So AC vents in the back?
yeah,
On the
it's
package
rear
tray?
dual air conditioning with a huge system in the trunk. It's got a generator under the hood that could handle most of Manhattan, I think. So it's in really, I'm very fortunate to have this. This is a historically important car. It's in most of the Chrysler books, picture of it, because of the special 4-window configuration. They continued this in 63 and 64 and 5. You could get the 4 windows, called a long canopy roof. That's the
term. I see
yeah.
it comes to a point in the center.
Right, long canopy roof.
Just for styling detail.
Yeah.
Just to be different. Let me walk around the back. It has those rings
Yes,
around the taillights.
It looks like a sort of a small solar system.
Yeah, look at that.
Right, Saturn, really.
There you go. There's the Gia emblem there under the Imperial.
Yeah, and that Imperial nameplate's an early forerunner of what they used for the rest of 61. That's actually the nameplate is handmade in Turin by Gia for these cars. It's not interchangeable with any other nameplate.
Wow.
So if
Love the taillights.
something happens to one of these nameplates, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. It's a very long car.
There's 17 of these made.
Okay.
For 60, and this is car number 14. And if you want to know how I know that, it's because if you take the wood off of the back of the car, the interior, it's all labeled 14.
Really?
Because it's all matching grained wood
Ah.
for the car.
So when they source the wood, it's
Heaven forbid, right, it's Claro walnut. Heaven forbid you have to sit in the back seat and look at unmatched grained wood. So we wouldn't want to have that.
no.
So that's why that's the way it is. The interior of the driver's compartment is just done in piped black leather, very, very plain because it's the chauffeur's compartment. The seat does not move.
Really?
There's no, yeah, because of course it's right up against the division
Oh, okay.
window. So there's no place for the seat to go.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So you have to fit the car. The car does not fit you. And there's not a lot of room. It looks roomy, but there really isn't much
I see
room
the
up there.
push-button tranny even for the limousine.
Yeah,
huh?
typewriter drive, that's what my dad called it. There's also, you'll see a horizontal knob sticking out of that second pod over there.
Yeah, I see it. What's that for?
That is the, actually the cruise control for it.
Oh,
Called
okay.
Autopilot by Perfect Circle. And you spin that to wherever you want it to be and it'll take off.
Love the gauges. Big, giant, round gauges.
Well, Chrysler was always big on full instrumentation, especially on Imperial, so that you knew what was going on under the hood every minute. You didn't get a light popping on moments before your car was about to overheat. So that's a Chrysler standard item.
There's the backward view.
Yeah.
Beautiful. There's all the controls on the door there, and the door panels are beautiful.
Yeah. They've been redone. So the seat's been redone, and these leather door panels have been redone. Other than that, the rest of the car is largely original
Imperial?
interior. Yeah.
Let me get a look at the front.
It closes like a safe.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Practically, you didn't even have to push it.
No, that's right. These don't open and close like an American car. If you get down, and it's hard to see.
The lights?
Yeah, you'll be able to see the lights through the grille. See, there they are, the red flashing lights. If you see that, they're hiding there.
Okay.
Do you see them? Yeah, there they are.
You can see the ring around it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hidden behind the panel there.
There's a lot of hiding here.
I would imagine this motor's got a lot of torque.
There's the cruise control. Well, you know, this is a 350 horse 413.
Okay.
And normally you'd say, well, that's a big engine. This car needs
a big engine.
every cubic inch. There's the generator. If you see how,
yeah,
it's massive.
There's a lot going on in here.
Yeah, not a lot of space. Usually these older cars, there's lots of room under the hood. Not so much on this. It's
It's got wide fenders in here.
Pretty busy. Yeah.
So it takes up a little bit of the engine space.
You know, that's typical from 57 to 66. They all have, you know, very wide fenders. They disguise them a little in 64, 5, and 6, but it's still underneath when you open the hood the same.
Like all your cars, Hank, this one is perfect.
Well, it's not perfect.
Well, it looks perfect to the eye. I see you got the Imperial decals on the valve covers.
Right. Yeah, and that's correct.
Is that correct?
For 59 and 60.
Well, let me go back over here and get a longer view of the car.
Sure. You need to really, these take up a lot of real estate.
Yeah, they do. It's a beautiful car, Hank.
Thanks. It's a
It's
special car with the history that it has.
It has a great history. 1960 Crown Imperial, body by Ghia.
Right.
Limousine.
That's right. Very good. It's tricky.
It's a little tricky.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hank, for showing it to us.